Hey guys, welcome back. It's Sunday, time for the weekly news wrap. A lot's happened in the last week of rugby. None the least, the shock Saturdays from Six Nations rugby. Let's start off there. Obviously, some big results there. France beating Scotland, beating France. Italy's magnificent first ever victory over England. I think there's a lot of South Africans watching, a lot of them enjoying it, but knowing that Italy are going to be a tough opening game at the World Cup in a year's time. So let's get right into it. But of course, these are always this is not just the big news. This news wrap is also about the smaller, sometimes stories that go under the radar. So there's a couple of those as well. So watch to the end and let me know what you think. Let's start with the England loss. Massive repercussions. Steve Borthwick's future in doubt. A lot of England came into this saying they were going to march to Paris for a chance for the Grand Slam and the title. And now they've had 4 losses, or 3 losses out of 4. So they've got 1 game left in Paris, and it's a very different England team that's going there. They've also tumbled in the world rankings. Yeah, it's just an indication of what happens in the world rankings. England are down to 6th in the world. Scotland don't move after their win over France, although they did gain a number of ranking points. But the big news, Los Pumas, is Argentina up to 5th. And England down to 6th in the world. That's quite a tumble. Just to highlight some of the pressure that Steve Borthwick is under at the moment. The first loss against Fiji was in 2023, coach Steve Borthwick. Italy first lost, coach Steve Borthwick, and the worst home defeats, as it says there, all 3 of them were Borthwick. The win-loss, when you look at Eddie Jones at a 73% win record, Borthwick are 56%. So the pressure is really on, and it's a year out from the World Cup. Some big decisions to be made in England this week. Is he going to keep his job? That's the interesting one. But let's turn to the positive, though. Italian rugby released this view from behind the goal line of Thomas Menoncello's try, which is a beauty. And then how's this for? This was almost a hug between the Princess Royal and Sione Tuipulotu. Obviously, what a reaction. What a game. That was a wonderful afternoon of Six Nations rugby all round. Turning to some of the newspapers, Sunday newspapers, and always report breaking news on a Sunday. Always good to see. Reporting today that Cobus Wiese, Jasper Wiese's younger brother, who made his Springbok debut last year, has decided to accept the Bulls' offer to extend his contract. The Western Province wanted him as a replacement for Ruben van Heerden. Well, it seems the Bulls have won that contest there, and he'll be staying at Loftus Versfeld. Also from Hendrik Cronje over there, Ivan van Zyl, the news came out in the week that he's leaving Saracens, got out of his contract a bit earlier. He's coming there as a replacement for Grant Williams. He's obviously going to Japan as well to further his career. And Ivan van Zyl was a Springbok in Alistair Coetzee's time. Certainly has got a devastating boot, great up and under. With the way the game's going, he'll certainly be a very useful guy. And he's got a lot more experience now. Him and Embrose Papier were the 2 Springbok scrum halves at the time. He's going to be back in South Africa playing for the Sharks as of next season. So that's a very interesting one. The other story there, Faf de Klerk apparently negotiating with the Cheetahs, which is a very interesting and a very strange one as well for me. Hendrik's not normally wrong. So it's going to be interesting to see what turns out that and what Faf's reasons would be. Because I'm sure he would probably find somewhere a club that gives him a bit more regular game time than the Cheetahs. But let's see what happens. Let's watch this space. Also, the story there from Rassie Erasmus. Obviously, we had the Springbok media briefing this week. Him talking to the Sunday papers and telling them that Frans Malherbe was about to basically retire, and his friends were saying to him he must retire. But Rassie basically stepped in and told him not to give up just yet. So it looks like France will be back. It's going to give the Western Province a hell of a roster next season with Nathan Fischer, Zach Porthen, Frans Malherbe and Wilco Lowe joining them. I don't know where they're going to play them all, but it's going to be very interesting to see. But it's good to have the big man back. And I'm sure he's if he can give anything more to Springbok Rugby, he's been an absolute amazing servant for Springbok Rugby. Finally, another piece from reports chatting to Rassie this week. Talking about Vincent Koch, Bongi Mandambi and Willie Leroux aren't in the Springbok alignment camp, and Rassie saying unfortunately that the days of giving the Springbok veterans a farewell is over. Of course, a couple of these guys are going to go by the wayside as well this year, but it's not all lost. Rassie saying there that why does he have to bring them to the alignment camp? He says they know the system so well that if he does need them, he can send them a WhatsApp and update them on what has to be done. He says people don't know really how it works here. He says the alignment camp doesn't mean it's totally finished for a player if he isn't invited. He says it's basically just to do their planning. And I think people a lot of times put too much emphasis on the alignment camp. Certainly players can come in later in the year if needed. Bit of news from the disciplinary front in the URC. Conrad Bjerkie van Vieren was given a red card in the game against the Stormers. Attended his disciplinary and he was punished. We have the URC disciplinary's findings. Mid-range entry point, 2 weeks mitigation. So 4 weeks, 4 games. Basically it tells you exactly how they made that decision. The games he'll miss is Edinburgh, Dragons, Glasgow Warriors and Connacht, though he can come back a week earlier if he goes to tackle school. But this is a challenge for the Lions now. They're in such a high at the moment, but they might also lose Asenati and Tlabakanye with his hearing for taking a banned substance. So they could be without 2 very, very important tight heads for the next couple of weeks. So it will be a bit of a challenge for the team. Something that's also been quite interesting to follow, and I did a lot of stories at the time at the mismanagement of Newlands Stadium and how Western Province really got themselves into a hole that they still have to get out of, and they need to sell Newlands Stadium to do that. I know there's a lot of sentiment around Newlands, but unfortunately as a stadium it is not fit for purpose anymore, and it doesn't meet the safety protocols for stadiums in worldwide at the moment, the minimum stadium protocols. Plus Western Province went in and messed up with the flight and DreamWorks, the Dream Properties deal. I still did a lot of Zelt Murray. It's the reason why he was eventually banned from SA Rugby. Yeah, they messed up everything there, and it's a long saga. You can go Google my name with Western Province and Newlands, and you'll see a number of reports over there of what we did over the years. But just the reason why I'm mentioning this is because Stefan Terblanche, the ex-Springbok winger, went across and filmed this, and this is what Newlands looks like now. My hope is that they can use it for some sort of purposes, that some of the structure still gets used, that you don't lose the iconic stadium for good. But progress is unfortunately there. Western Province and the Stormers play at DHL Stadium nowadays, but this is what Newlands looks like. Had to take out the audio for the copyright strikes, but you can see going out the old iconic tunnel. I had walked there a number of times myself, but certainly it can't be used. It's not in a state to be used, and it's just getting worse and worse. So hopefully they get resolution there. Western Province's all their other properties are bonded in this deal as well. So if they don't meet it and they don't sell Newlands, then they lose all their other properties as well, which is massive for them. And this is what it looks like now. Not a great state for the old stadium, and hopefully we get a resolution soon. One thing I know is that the idea to keep it as a museum won't fly. Speaking of Western Province, they took a decision on Friday night that they'll consolidate all their teams under the Stormers brand, which was supposed going to happen in anyway, but there will be no longer Western Province in the Currie Cup or any junior teams. They'll all align under the Stormers brand now, and not everybody is happy about this decision. One person who's very unhappy is the former president of Western Province Rugby, Thilo Wakefield, who basically said he learned with deep dismay that they'll no longer be using Western Province's name. And he said basically it's a breach of the unity agreement reached years ago by the leaders of the old 5 rugby unions. He says that agreement was not merely a document, it was a product of struggle, negotiation and shared commitment to the unification of rugby in our region. Basically says, can a handful of wealthy individuals in the Cape Peninsula simply brush aside agreements and resolutions that were painstakingly negotiated to unify rugby in our region? History does not belong to those with the deepest pocket. It belongs to the communities, players and administrators and supporters who built the game over generations. It's a tough one. It is progress. It is a professional game nowadays, but the amateur was always going to stay Western Province. So just wondering what you think of the idea. Let me know in the comments, and let me know if you agree or not with Thilo's sentiment on this, or do you think progress has to make us move on in time? Also, some schoolboy rugby results over there come from this weekend. Just an interesting one. Big win for Dale College. Going down there, Oakdale, blanking Milnerton, Droste over Langeberg, Charlie Hofmeyr over Worcester, Hudson Park beating Brandwacht, Westphalia over Central. Grey College putting a century over Welkom Gym, Outeniqua almost doing the same against Worcester Gym. Hilton College big win against Middelburg, helped Mekaar as well. Diamantveld beating Monument, that's a big scalp for Diamantveld as well. Kingswood beating Crawfordnet, Michael House, St. Charles, and Queens blanking Whiskers Gym. Ruan Ackerman undergoing surgery and he'll be out for a while, won't be available for the Stormers as well. Just posting it on Instagram, so just letting everybody know there's a long rehab ahead of him. And so he'll be back. I'm not sure if he'll be back this season, but it'll be interesting to see. SA Cup started this weekend and a big win for Griquas. Of course, the Pumas just beat SWD. That's another interesting result as well. Willand beating the Cheetahs. But this result stood out for 100 points put on the Leopards, and the Leopards have really fallen as a union. Yeah, it's very sad to see, but Griquas obviously as the Currie Cup champions, making certain they're gonna look to defend their title, and to do that they first need to qualify. And this is one of the things I love about rugby in the Platteland, so to speak. Albert Liebenberg played his 50th cap, and the sponsors, Buffelsfontein Brandewijn, gave him a 4.5 litre bottle of brandy over there. Maybe if anybody's from Buffelsfontein is watching this, make contact. Let's see if we can get some of those 4.5 litres as giveaways. But it'd be wonderful to see. But what a wonderful gesture, and shows you some things never change in rugby. Some images out of the alignment camp for the Springboks that go underway this weekend. I'm going to include a clip from them in the gym that SA Rugby released as well, and Supersport released. But just some images from there. And it was quite interesting because if you look in the top right corner, Kai Pratt is one of the newbies over there, youngster, and I've discussed him in previous videos on the alignment camp. But the Twitter was undefeated because when they saw these pictures, they were asked who let Henry Pollock in the corner there. Again, had to take off the audio for this. It was a nice mix of music, which you'll probably see on social media if you saw the clip. But a lot of them getting underway. There's Batet Kekani, there's Kai Pratt. You can see them being put through their paces. Don Himan in the background, Vincent Chetsuka there. The captains here, Kulisi, of course. There's a lot of guys. Johan Krobler there. Yeah, good to see Cameron Hanekom back in action there. So hopefully he'll be on the field soon. Cardiff on the 19th is when the Bulls have said his return. But interesting to see the Boks in action. Can't wait for the test season to start. Dalton Popperly had played his 100th game for the Blues, and they gave him a ceremonial haka. Let's have a listen. Just trying to get the lighting here, sorry, the light's getting a bit on the side here, but I'm going to show you a heartwarming video, quite a nice one, and stay to the end if you can, because there's quite a good rugby story coming up there as well, just after this one. But James Hendren from the Waratahs set also social media alight this week with a very touching, tearful video of him video calling his parents to tell them he's making his Waratahs debut. This is the type of stuff I love in rugby, and it's great to see teams doing stuff like this as well.
Hey, Mama.
Hi, Sid. How you doing?
Good. What are you doing?
Where are you?
Just outside Tars.
Oh, what are you doing in there?
I'm just outside Tars. No, I was just giving you a call. Might need to get work on from Friday, Mum, because I'm making my debut this weekend.
Are you joking?
No. Yeah, I don't know. They were pretty desperate. They needed me, but yeah, I'm number 23 this weekend.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah.
Where's that?
At Allianz. You're gonna have to come down to Sydney.
Oh, that's amazing, mate.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Is that Jace in the background?
Did you already ring Dad?
I tried to. I don't even know where he is. Oh yeah, I've got Josie in tears and my older sister in tears as well.
Oh my goodness, I think he just pulled up.
What's going on?
You're probably gonna have to pull out of cricket because I'm making my debut Friday night.
Bullshit.
Unfortunately not.
Mum, did you know? Oh, don't need me.
No, they don't need you.
Oh, that's so exciting. Sorry.
That's alright. Thanks, Mum.
You've heard that, right?
Thanks, Dad.
Yes, no one else, just you. Don't try and say, oh, that's such and such did it. You did it because so off the pond.
Alright.
Same way.
See ya. My sister's on the phone in the background to my older sister, and they were both in tears straight away. They actually go train. Damn.
How's that feel? Any good falls?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's probably the most special part, seeing the fam so happy. I think they've sacrificed a fair bit more than me with travel and everything, so it's going to have them experience as much as me. Hopefully they get to come down on Friday, and I mean, they'll be, like I said, they'll be happy if I do nothing all game, so it'll be good fun. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yes, sir.
Guys, thank you for watching. If you made it to this far as well, these are all stories that I sort of collate around the week as the rugby news wrap up and roundup. I'll be doing more of these as well. Let me know in the comments what you think of any of these stories. If you want to see more of this type of stuff, just what you felt about it. If there's anything I haven't covered that you want me to do a video on, and if you haven't already, of course, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button and do the thumbs up. It always helps with the algorithms. As you should know now, it's a constant battle with the algorithms nowadays to get the content out there. So keep on watching. Let me know in the frames, and I really appreciate it. And I'm going to leave you here with a great story from Warren Gatland about picking a British and Irish Lions team. Certainly worth watching. So have a good laugh with me, and I'll chat to you soon. Till the next video. Cheers.
This was my experience on forward tours with the Lions, and how do you break down the four nations in terms of making comparisons. So I'll give you a quick synopsis. The Irish players, they are the most intelligent. Yeah, I didn't believe that either. And the reason they're the most intelligent and they question and they challenge and stuff is that 80% of the Irish players have traditionally come from 8 schools. 80% of the players, so private schooling, well educated, can handle long meetings and stuff. The Welsh players, in my experience, were the most athletic and the most skillful. Definitely not the brightest. The Scottish players, I never picked any of this, so I can't really talk about it. So.
And the best ones aren't even Scottish.
And the English players, and this is a compliment, that brought the best out of the Irish players, it brought the best out of the Welsh players, it brought the best out of the one Scottish player. The greatest thing about the English players is even when they're they still think they're good.